Imagine falling asleep in London, England.
It's time to say goodnight.
And waking up in Fort William in the Scottish Highlands. I'm taking you on board the world famous Caledonian Sleeper train.
It's tiny. I'll be showering like this, I guess.
To discover exactly what that's like.
Things have taken a little turn. It has some information including danger of death. This air, well, it's not like London air. It reminds me of something straight out of The Worst Witch.
So sit back, relax and enjoy this 48-hour adventure with me.
Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm back with another travel vlog for you today. I'm going to be taking the Caledonian Sleeper train from London Euston, which is where I am now, all the way up to the Scottish Highlands to Fort William, and I am so excited. I've been wanting to do this trip for such a long time. I really like the idea of sleeping on a train. The time is 7:30 p.m. Today is a Monday. It feels quite strange setting off on an adventure at this time of night. I'm kind of used to travelling in the evenings for work occasionally, but it feels very strange to be setting off to be checking in to kind of like a hotel on rails. It's very exciting. So I've booked a couple of different ticket options on the way up and on the way back down to try them out. I got them in the sale. Worth keeping an eye out for the sales because the tickets do get quite heavily reduced. On the way up we'll be travelling in a club twin, so that will get us lounge access here in Euston Station and I think a few extra perks. Then on the way back it will be a classic twin and I'll share with you a breakdown of all the prices at the end of the video. But yeah, I'm really excited for this little Scotland adventure. I'm going to be travelling up overnight, then staying a full day in Fort William, so I booked a hotel up there. Want to do some exploring, really hoping to make it to a magical waterfall, which I've seen and it just looks incredible. I think some of you might be familiar with it from the Harry Potter films, and really excited just to take in the scenery of the Scottish Highlands from the train, because we will be going through the Highlands tomorrow morning, so I'll be waking up and looking out the window and seeing the Scottish Highlands, so I cannot wait for that. And then we'll be heading back to London in the evening and heading back overnight. So yeah, I'm only going to be away for 2 days. Right, let's go and find the club lounge, but before we do that there's a little pub that I want to show you and it's called the Euston Tap. It's in this really quite small building, so I thought we'd pop in and take a quick look. Yeah, it's quite unique in there and it gets very busy, but they have got quite a lot of outdoor seating, so it is a really nice spot to go for a drink if you like your beer before you board your train. So outside Euston Station you have loads of outdoor seating now, and they also have the big screens up with all the departure times. I'm not sure if that's because the station can get quite crowded indoors, but it does mean that if it's mild enough you can wait outside. If you don't have access to the club lounge, there is quite a few different places to pick up food here. There's a Pret, there's also a little Sainsbury's which can be quite handy. It's just a little bit further down there. You kind of have to go through a little tunnel at the side of the station. There's also quite a decent sized Marks and Spencer's too, and lots of places inside the station where you can get hot food like Burger King. That Burger King has been there for years. I remember coming down to Euston Station as a kid from the Midlands and it's still the same Burger King. Okay, so the Caledonian Sleeper guest lounge is separate from the first class lounge and it's over by platform 1. Ooh, they've got a bookshop by W.H. Smith. Let's have a quick peek. Here we go. The Caledonian Sleeper guest lounge is on platform 1, exclusively for Caledonian double and club room guests. Fall asleep in the heart of London and wake up in the heart of Scotland.
Boarding here around 8:30.
Okay.
Any delays will make an announcement.
Okay, perfect. I thought I would show you the shower. So you have a little heated towel rail here, that's nice and warm. And then you've got your shower gel and shampoo in there, which are by Highlands of Scotland. Lovely, lovely brand. I love their products. And it looks like a decent shower, so yeah, if you wanted to board nice and fresh, I'm kind of tempted to. Do I have a shower? Maybe we'll wait till we're on board. I've never showered on a train before, so. Let's have a little look at all the complimentary stuff you get. So they've got a coffee machine here. They've also got lots of different teas. I also noticed that they have these little, the Wee Coffee Company coffee bags that are strong roast ground coffee beans in there. We have breakfast teas, we have Earl Grey, looks like a caffeine-free, rhubarb, green tea and peppermint. And then down here I have spied Iron Brew and Iron Brew sugar-free, very famous Scottish drink. I absolutely love these. And you also have canned water, so you've got still and sparkling and full fat Coke and Diet Coke, and then you have orange juice down here and apple juice. And then you've got a selection of biscuits. So we've got some shortbread here, we've got some gluten-free. I know a lot of you ask about gluten-free options, so I'm trying to show you those more. Double choc chip, and then we've got the Taylor's potato crisps. We've got mature cheddar and onion and sea salt. Well, the guest lounge was very nice, really attentive staff in there. It's quite a nice place to sit and relax. There's plugs, there's Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi's not particularly strong. I was hoping to be able to upload a video, but very rarely that I can do that. But occasionally you do find a lounge that has lightning fast Wi-Fi and I'm able to do it. And sometimes it'll go up in like 20 minutes. You'll get given your boarding pass after showing the staff your booking reservation. So I have mine here. It's telling me that I'm in room E6. So yeah, let's go and board the train. So it's time for boarding. I've been told to go and meet my host on the platform. In we go. The time is 8:36. It's quite a squeeze. You can just see it's the width of my cabin suitcase. Little corridor here. 6. So the room is unlocked when you arrive. In we go. Whew. Oh wow. I have popped you on the sink. We'll do a full room tour, but the first thing I need to do is get my bag off my back. I'm gonna pop this up on the top bunk and get my coat off because it's a bit of a squeeze in here getting on, and I've got all the layers for Fort William. However, in London Euston station at the moment, it's not that chilly, so we have a bit of a sweat situation. So there is a little hook here, so I can hang my coat up. First impressions, it's tiny. And I'm actually travelling with my partner, so there will be 2 of us sleeping in here this evening. And I will share with you all of the fares at the end of the video. There's different options you can have. There's like a double room you can get the bunk rooms, and you can also travel in a seat if you fancy doing that, so I will show you that option too. But I need to stand up because I'm not used to squatting this long. Let's jump into a little room tour. So you come in through this door, you have a big full-length mirror on the back of the door itself, and then you have a couple of hooks here where you can hang a couple of coats up. On the left here as you come in is the toilet and shower. So the toilet is in here. It says raise the bench for the toilet. That lifts up like that, and then you have your toilet paper on there, and then you lower the bench for showering. So we have the Highlands of Scotland shower gel and conditioning shampoo, and then here is the shower. Height wise, I'm just gonna twist the knob, and oh actually yeah, we can get that above me. There we go. So yeah, 6'2", and I'm good to go. It feels a little bit strange kind of standing here. You kind of have to lean back. Let's actually close the door and see how this feels. I'll be showering like this I guess, and the door gets wet and the floor gets wet, but that's that. Yeah, there's the drainage down there. And in this bag here we have the towels. And then moving out of the bathroom, you can see that there's some space underneath the bed, and that is to store your suitcases. Now, in terms of the size, with the positioning of this ladder, can you move that? It says do not remove. I'm not sure. Yeah, that doesn't seem to slide. So you'd have to probably have a cabin size to get it under there. Otherwise, if you had larger luggage cases, they'd probably have to live here. And then moving on to the beds, they do look rather narrow, don't they? So that's going to be interesting. You have kind of like a little seat cushion here, so I guess you can sit on here like a little sofa, and it would fit 2 of you. On the pillow you have some Mackey's honeycomb chocolate and some mint dark chocolate. They look lovely. So yeah, that is the bed. Definitely narrower than your kind of standard single. You have a little shelf here where you can place your device when it's charging, and that is because up here we have the plugs and the host call and the window light. I'm loving this fabric on the headboard, that is gorgeous. And then here we have the in-room and seated coach dining menu. I think I'm gonna head to the coach this evening for some dinner. And then we have a couple of sleep kits, and then we have these cards here for the breakfast selection, which I will fill out shortly. And yeah, this is the top bunk. And then here we have the sink unit. Then we have a little soap here, it's After the Rain. Oh, I actually love this fragrance. I've had that one before as a shower gel, lime rose and sandalwood. And here's my key card to lock the room. So yeah, here's the sink. We have a little mirror here, and let's open up the blind, see what's outside at the moment. Not much. We have some passengers still boarding, and yeah, very exciting. We have a hand towel down here. Now this section here, I have seen that there's usually a desk that pulls out of there, and that seems to be missing. No desk here. And then we have a little bin down here. Yeah, that is it. There's a bit of space under the sink, so let's just see. Could just about, can we fit a cabin bag under there? Yes, we can, so that can go under there. And yeah, you do have more space to slide bags under the bed. You have the do not disturb sign hanging here. We have an ensuite light. I love that it's called the ensuite. It makes it sound rather fancy. So there we go, that is the light switch for that. And then we have a couple of coat hangers here if you would like to hang some garments up. So yeah, here we are. Pause the video, let me know in the comments your first impressions, and let me know if you were sleeping in here, would you be sleeping on the top or the bottom bunk? The time is 10 to 9, so we're going to be departing London Euston in about 25 minutes. Yeah, I would say I'm going to unpack, but there's nowhere to really unpack anything to. I could maybe hang up my shirt, I guess. But yeah, we'll be departing shortly, and then we'll go and grab a little bite to eat in the club car. Got what I need out of my suitcase, so that can go under there. And now I'm going to fill out my breakfast card. So we have quite a few different options on here. Some are exclusively served in the club car, and those are the traditional Scottish breakfast, the smoked Scottish fish frittata, and the traditional vegan breakfast. And then if you want some breakfast brought to your room, do we say room? Do we say carriage? I'm not sure what we call this, but if you want some breakfast brought in here, you can go for things like Scottish porridge pot, granola yogurt, bacon roll, lawn sausage roll, vegan sausage roll in a morning roll with sweet pickle. And it says that gluten-free bread is available on request, and you can tick if you want that. And then you've got a nice selection of drinks to choose from. You've got different teas, you've got the coffee in a bag, you've got decaf if you would like that, and apple juice and orange juice. And then you can select the time that you would like your breakfast to be served. It tells you the final breakfast service time, so whether you're travelling to Inverness, Aberdeen, Fort William, Glasgow or Edinburgh, you have different times. So to Fort William, the final breakfast service time is 8:45. And at the bottom here you can tick if you would like your breakfast in your room. Oh, it does say room, so there we go, we're calling it a room. Or in the club car. Now it says that you need to hang this on the door outside your room 30 minutes of boarding, so I better get cracking with that. Then on the back here we have the guest information during disruption, so you can basically select whether you would like your host to wake you up if the train's going to be delayed, or whether you're happy to snooze on through. Now I'm not in a particular hurry tomorrow, it's a leisurely trip, so I will definitely be ticking the no box on that one. This is the point where I really could do with the slide out desk area. We're doing it on the knee. I just felt a little jolt and we are off. We are out of here. It's not the most scenic departure here at London Euston, but I feel like this view is going to get a lot more pretty very soon. Gosh, Gosh, I'm already envisaging sleeping in here and what that's going to be like. It feels quite rickety as we head out of London Euston. I wonder if the rest of the journey is going to be like this. I think we're definitely going to be in for an adventure. What's that noise? I think that might be next door's flush. Oh, I've just seen there's a couple of waters by the bed, a couple of bottles of Highlands Spring. And then you can put your device in here when you're charging it. And then let me just show you the control panel here. So we have the temperature control, a USB charger, a dimmer switch for the lights, that's very fancy. And then just your on-off switch. And then we have this little personal light for reading. I love that. Pop that on the door and let's go and find some dinner. There are also toilets near the door, so if you don't fancy using the toilet in such a small space, you could always come out and use the one out here. Just come a couple of carriages down, I've noticed that this room is a double, so you can see the configuration slightly different here. I'm guessing that this is one of the accessible rooms and it has the accessible toilet next to it. There's also a communal accessible toilet here. I've made it to the club car. It's very nice in here. I'm loving the tartan placemats and it's got quite cool seating. There's some little booths which we've managed to grab. They also have some kind of diagonal style seating that faces the windows. I think that'd be a really nice spot to sit and have breakfast at, so you can literally see the view. At the moment, as you can see, it's dark outside. We're just heading out past Watford, I think. You can just see the motorway down there and not much else. Yeah, I can just see a building over there that does say Watford. I also saw Wembley Stadium. Let's have a look at the menu. There's some nice food options on here. You have some hot dinners. So I'm going to go for the wrapped pork fillet, I think. And they also have a mac and cheese. And they also do the haggis and Eton tatties with whiskey sauce. Very Scottish, very traditional. And then they have some dessert options too. In terms of the price points, it's £14 or £15 for a main. The dessert's quite pricey. It's £10 for a chocolate brownie. And also they do charge you for the snacks and the crisps and things like that, so it might be worth stocking up in the lounge if you do have access to that. In terms of the drinks menu, it's kind of average prices. A glass of wine starts at £6 and then you have a selection of whiskies as well, so if you are a whiskey fan, there's quite a wide variety of whiskies on board. Dinner was lovely. It felt like proper restaurant dining. I was very impressed with that, and it was so exciting just to kind of sit and eat and take in the scenery. Even though it was dark outside, it was really interesting to look out the window and see London flying past, and yeah, it feels very cozy. Oh, I think that was a train going past. Yeah, it feels very cozy. It is rocking a little bit, but I'm hoping that will kind of be like a nice rocking. As you can see, we're pulling into a station. I wonder where we are. Oh, we're in Nuneaton. There we go. So yeah, not too far out of London, but we will be heading up through the Midlands, racing through England. Well, actually, probably not racing. I don't think this train goes particularly fast throughout the night. But yeah, we will be heading up to Scotland overnight, and tomorrow morning when I open up these blinds, I think we'll be having some spectacular scenery, so I cannot wait to see that. I'm going to get up nice and early. I thought I'd just show you the little amenity kit. Let me just balance you. You're balanced on the tap, so as we come to a stop, we've just stopped right outside the lavatories at Nuneaton Station. Yeah, let me show you what's in this little sleep kit here. So what have we got? I'll just tear this open. In fact, switch the lights off while I'm vlogging because they were strobing a little bit, so apologies, the lighting is a little bit strange, but it's probably for the best. Okay, we've completely stopped now. So in here we have a little eye mask, very nice indeed. So I'll pop that on. And then we also have a pair of earplugs. I guess if it's trundling along it could be quite rattling. And I've also got a really handy new little gadget which can be perfect for my little setup in here. So this is it, and basically it's like a little phone holder, but it has a little clip like this, so you can actually attach it to the back of aeroplane seats or train seats, and then this flips all the way around like that. And then you can also swivel it like that. See, I can just clip that on and then angle it however I would like, and this is so handy. I've used it loads already. I'll link it in the description box in case you want to get one for yourself. I've just been looking at the stops and what time it stops at certain places. So we departed at 9:15 from London Euston, so you do get a slight priority boarding in the club rooms, and then general boarding is at 20:40, and then we stop at Corrour at 11:45, Preston at midnight, midnight, get into Edinburgh in Scotland at 4:50 in the morning, onto Glasgow, and there's lots of little stops from around 6 AM. I've heard that this place called Corrour, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is the most remote station in the whole of the UK, so that should be really interesting to see. And then yeah, a few more stops, and then Fort William at 10 AM, so plenty of time to have breakfast. I feel like you read some of these and immediately you just want to say them in a Scottish accent, don't you? The Bridge of Orchy. That was terrible. It's time to say goodnight, and I will see you in the morning. I've come for breakfast. As you can see, it is still pitch black outside, but I can just about make out some mountain-like shapes against the very dark sky out there. So we are well into the Highlands now, which is so exciting. The sun is due to come up at around 8:20 this morning. Snow-capped mountains, and it's all lit by moonlight at the moment, so yeah, it looks really pretty out there. It's quite frosty out there too, and yeah, the sun should be coming up soon. Breakfast is delicious, by the way. That station we just saw is the most remote and also the highest train station in the whole of the UK, and it's also famous for being in the film Trainspotting. So I didn't manage to get any photographs when I got up this morning because obviously it was dark outside, so I've just done a little spontaneous photo shoot. So do follow me over on Instagram if you're not already, and you can see what I captured over there. So yeah, that is why I'm now in my pyjamas again, but we are just coming into Fort William in the next 10 minutes or so, so it's time to pack up and get out of here. Here we are, Fort William, and we are a few minutes early. We have a little charity area at the train station here, raising funds for dementia charities and the Highland Hospice. Even got some Christmas decorations down here. Oh, how cute. Little money box. I'm definitely going to pop to the charity shops while I'm up here, because there is actually a few in Fort William. There is a cafe at Fort William Station if you want to grab a coffee. We've got a nice packed lunch if you're having a day out available as well. You get a Mars bar or a Snickers. Love that. Pack of biscuits, cake, a can, a choice of filled roll, and a bag of crisps for £8.50. That's great. And there is a guest lounge here as well. I'm going to quickly pop in because I need to use the Wi-Fi. I need to sort out my hire car. Oh, the lady in the lounge was so friendly and helpful. She made us a lovely cup of tea. I'm just walking through the high street now of Fort William. The high street starts just through an underpass by the train station, and then you're straight on it. In the middle of the high street here we have the tourist information. I might just pop in there just to grab a couple of maps and whatnot. Well, things have taken a little turn. You may notice that I'm driving, and yeah, we're on our way to the waterfall now. I managed to bring the hire car forward a little bit. The lady was really helpful, and yeah, she met me outside the train station, and now we're driving through the Scottish Highlands. So in the lounge at the train station, I called up the hire car company, but there wasn't any answer. Having gone into the tourist information centre, I had a little chat with the staff in there. They were so helpful as well, and I explained to them the situation. I also asked them about the weather, because it's always good to get the local knowledge, isn't it? And they said that tomorrow was looking pretty dicey, with some severe weather warnings, with some strong winds on the way, and also it's looking very wet tomorrow. So I did want to persevere and try to bring the hire car forward. So I asked them about the hire car company. They did explain to me that it was a small business that also has a garage attached to it, so they may not be picking up the phone because they could be dealing with somebody giving them a hire car or helping somebody out in the petrol station. Also, they had a different phone number for it, so the number that was coming up from Google was maybe an old phone number, I'm not sure. So I tried this other phone number and managed to get through to somebody, and then they were able to bring the hire car down to me within 10 minutes. So I actually got the hire car delivered at 11 AM. I cannot believe that last night I was still in London at 9 PM, and here we are and about to go on a hike to a spectacular waterfall. I cannot believe it. I feel like I'm in a dream. Maybe it was the strange sleep last night, I don't know, but it is so spectacular. I'm just looking out the window and everywhere looks like a painting. So I'm very excited to do this hike. The drive here is 20 minutes. It's just like a straight line out of town, and then the road gets narrower and narrower. You do end up on a single lane road, but there is like passing spots. So I did have to be careful for ice. There's a few bits of ice on the road where the waterfalls and the streams come across the track here. But yeah, it is absolutely stunning, and it's dry. There is snow on the top of the mountains here. It's a bit chilly, but I think with a walk, it's going to be okay. So yeah, I went into Tesco's, picked up a good old meal deal. I have some Lucozade and emergency chicken wrap. You never know. And I've also bought a Snickers just in case. But from here, which is the Upper Falls car park, it is about a 45-minute walk to the waterfalls. Hey, there's a little sign here. Welcome to Steall Gorge. It has some information including danger of death from falling from the path, so we do have to watch our step here. And it explains that this is not the main path up Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK. So let's have a little look here. So Steall Gorge and Waterfalls. This is the waterfall that we're heading to in this valley here. So we are here, and then we're going to walk all the way along. I think we come to it here. It says that the path through the gorge is uneven, rocky and slippery with a steep drop on one side. Take extreme care as fatal accidents have happened here. Wear appropriate footwear. I have got my snow boots on, so hopefully these are okay. And yeah, keep children and dogs away from the steep edges. There's lots of wildlife here to see, including golden eagles. And of course, as always, take your rubbish back with you if you visit. Right, onwards. As you can see, it is quite the rocky scramble here. Wow, you can see right down into the valley here, and there's lots of these little waterfalls all making their way down, and you can see the river going through the centre of the valley here. We're really quite high up now. This gives you an idea of how chilly it is today. We have icicles forming on the side of the rock, although they are melting, and as you can see over here, I think a couple of them have fallen down. Yeah, look at that. Didn't want one of those to land on me, but that's quite sharp. Wow, isn't that incredible? We're just coming out of the forest into the valley. Oh, and there it is, look! You see it in the distance over there. Wow, that is tall, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So now we're going to follow the river all the way along to the waterfall. So in terms of how kind of tricky the walk was, I would say it is quite challenging. There's definitely some quite dicey bits where you have to cross over waterfalls, and there's also some steep drops. And today there is sheet ice on the ground. At the moment, even through the valley here, there's puddles that have frozen over, so it's really quite skiddy. The path is quite gravelly, so you can kind of stick to areas where it's not too slippery, but yeah, you definitely have to be careful underfoot, and I think a sensible pair of boots or hiking shoes would be very sensible. We are right in the middle of the valley here. You can see the path leading over to the river and the waterfall. A few more stepping stones to hop across, and we'll head over to the river here. So here we are at the river, and there's only one way across unless you want to go for a swim and a paddle, and that is across this wire bridge. So this literally consists of a large piece of wire and then a couple of wires to hold on to. Crikey, how'd you get up to it? Just climb up these? Oh my goodness. Okay, you're allowed 2 on, and you head across there. I'm not sure how you get off at the other side. That looks quite frightening. Here you can see the bridge, and look how clear this water is. Isn't that stunning? Oh my goodness, imagine at summertime you could go for a dip in that, although I bet it's cold. How refreshing and invigorating would that be? Looks like the river's coming from 2 places here. It must split, have like almost like a little island. And look at this little hut. Oh, imagine being in there. That is so remote, isn't it? My goodness. Beautiful. You can hear the roar of the waterfall. Gosh, I'm just trying to see how you That side looks pretty scary to me, but yeah, I think we should give it a go. Okay, the bridge is kind of frightening. I got to the middle and then reversed. I don't know, I'm just slightly aware of how remote it is here, and if you were to have a fall, yeah, there's no first aid situation, there's nobody for miles around, and there's no phone reception, so you do have to be careful. I was thinking if you are solo travelling, then it would be very sensible to speak to maybe your hotel or the local tourist information, the people I spoke to in there. Maybe let them know if you're planning a trip like this, just in case the weather turns or there was an emergency weather warning and a storm came in. Somebody would know that you're out here, and that could be very helpful in an emergency situation. Right, I'm going to see if there's a bit of shallow river to get across. I've got waterproof boots on, so I've got a spare pair of trainers with me, so yeah, if my feet get wet, it's not the end of the world. Better safe than sorry. So I've followed the river around, and this is probably the shallowest it gets, but we're a lot closer now to the waterfall, and you get a pretty good view from here. So yeah, I feel like rather than getting wet feet, this will be as far as I go today. In the words of TLC, don't go chasing waterfalls. Let's stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. Look how icy it is. And a quick time check, it is 1:15 now, so yeah, left the car at 12:06, so having stopped to take some footage and some photographs and try to go over the bridge, I suppose, yeah, it is around the 45-minute mark as was suggested. So yeah, I'd give yourself a good hour to get here and probably a good hour to get back again. So with the waterfall behind me, it's time to head back to the car. I'm just enjoying the fresh air. This air, well, it's not like London air. How about this tree? Look how twisty those branches are. And it's perched right on the edge here, high above the river below. And there's loads of wild fern, and the moss here is so thick and so green, and it's growing all the way down the hill, but yeah, it's so thick. You can see it on the rocks up here as well. Yeah, the colours are incredible. Look at this. So I've come to a place called Corrour, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and as you can see, we are on the loch here. This is a village north of Fort William, and from here you can get a spectacular view of Ben Nevis. Also, the train line runs along the loch here, and yeah, Ben Nevis, I believe, is behind this hill up here, but I think we have a large cloud formation at the moment. So this is the Corrour Basin, part of the Caledonian Canal. See the different levels going on here, and we're heading to an old ship. So we have a stone sign here that says the Caledonian Canal, welcome to the waterway through the Great Glen. And it is very windy and it is freezing cold. I probably should have put my big jacket on for this, but yeah, the car's not too far away. I'm gonna go and have a look at the view across the water to Ben Nevis. Gosh, this is quite creepy, isn't it? Look at that. And yeah, Ben Nevis is hiding behind the clouds behind, so I might have to just show you a postcard to show you what that would have looked like. But look at this. It says, keep out. all rusty. Wow. Probably time to go and get checked in to the hotel and warm up. And I think the wind has helped us out. We've just got a glimpse of Ben Nevis up there, peeping through the highest mountain in all of the United Kingdom. Look at that. And I've just stopped at this part of the canal, which is called Neptune's Staircase. As you can see, it kind of staggers all the way down. I am all checked into the hotel. It's called the Crochan, I'm not sure, Crochan Hotel. And this is right on the lock. It's just a 5-minute walk from the town centre. So I have off-hired the hire car. I figured that as I bought the hire car forward, and it's a 24-hour hire, the off-hire time is going to be 11 AM tomorrow, and I thought I'm not going to be driving this evening in the dark, and I'm not going to be driving around tomorrow morning in the wind and the rain. There are severe weather warnings here for high winds tomorrow. So I thought I would drop the car back at the train station. So with this hire car company, you actually hire the cars either from their kind of little HQ or at the train station. So if you hire it from the train station, you off-hire it there too, and you actually just leave the keys with the ticket office staff. So the ticket office at the train station, I noticed, is open until 8 PM on a weeknight, which I thought was really good. Some train stations now don't even have a ticket office anymore, do they? So I was very impressed with that, and they were really, really sweet and helpful. Everybody here has been so friendly and lovely and welcoming. So yeah, it's been a really great day. I have thoroughly enjoyed today's adventure. I still can't believe that is doable in that amount of time. And I was actually thinking, if you wanted to, you could get the sleeper train back this evening. So you could fit all of what I've done today into your day and then still have time for maybe dinner at a pub. The train back to London departs Fort William at 7:50, so you do get a full day up here if you want to do it that way. I mean, it might be quite exhausting, but then if you do all the hiking, I'm sure you'll sleep really well on the sleeper train back. And also you can get off at Corrour and other places in Scotland, so if you want to start your journey in the north of England, that is an option as well. The hire car was quite pricey. It was £134 for the 24 hours. I could have got it a little bit cheaper, but that was for manuals and smaller cars, and I just felt like an automatic with these windy and also very kind of hilly up and down kind of roads, an automatic would be much more convenient. The hotel seems lovely. It reminds me of something straight out of The Worst Witch. It kind of looks really spooky from the outside, but inside is very clean, very modern. The bed looks really comfortable, and there is a bath here. So I'm definitely going to be having a bath before heading out for some dinner this evening. I've spotted a few nice pubs around the town centre. And on the way to the hotel from dropping the hire car off, 'cause just walked down the high street, I did swing into cancer research. I've spotted a few charity shops. So tomorrow I have the day here in Fort William, so I'm going to just explore the town tomorrow, have a really chill day before heading back to London. So I'll do a bit of thrifting tomorrow and of course take you with me. But I did spot a little something that I thought I will get, because you know my rule, if you see something in a charity shop that you like, you have to buy it rather than waiting to go back for it tomorrow because somebody else saw it yesterday who are coming back for it today. So this I spotted on the shelf and immediately I thought that is such a fabulous design on this plate. This was £3, got a few different things written around the edges, and I immediately recognised this. I thought that is definitely a plate that looks like it should be in anthropology, and I did a quick Google search of it, and yeah, it's an anthropology plate. It says, may I try another? It says, more tea anyone? It says, this is delicious, and it says, do try some of this. And it's just got a really lovely kind of illustration on there, and even on the back as well. I just thought that was really cool, and yeah, really like that. I quite like these kind of mix and match brightly coloured plates, so that I could not resist, but they had some good stuff in there. I think we'll definitely have a little bit more of a browse around the charity shops up here tomorrow. Why not do some thrifting while I'm in the Scottish Highlands? Yeah, tomorrow's meant to be a very windy and rainy day, but I've also spotted a really nice cafe here in the town as well that I would love to try tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a nice hot bath this evening. I didn't bother like shaving or anything this morning with the setup of the shower and the sink. I mean, I could have done, but it just felt like too much of a faff to do that on the train. So yeah, nice hot bath and then out for some dinner tonight. And also look at my boots, look how clean they are after all that hiking. I guess it was all just quite wet. Yeah, they're absolutely immaculate. So there we go. I have brought a carrier bag with me to shove them into. So I think for the rest of this trip, although actually tomorrow's gonna be wet, isn't it? I was gonna say I bought a pair of trainers with me, but yeah, I'll probably wear those tomorrow if it's going to be pouring down with rain. I had an email from the Caledonian Sleeper and it said disruption, so I was like, uh-oh, what is going on? It says, dear guests, following on from your booked journey, I'm writing to say how sorry I am for the lack of water throughout the train this morning. I did notice with the tap at the sink that the water was kind of lacking, but my shower was okay, so maybe there was less at different times, I'm not sure. It says this falls short of the service we strive to offer and has been raised with our engineering team to investigate the root cause of the problem. Due to the significance of these issues, you will receive a 33% refund of your journey. That's really lovely, isn't it? So I will be sharing with you the cost of the different fares towards the end of the video. I think I'll do that when we're on the sleeper train home. And I have checked and you can actually travel in seats and use the service that way, and those ticket prices are significantly cheaper. Yeah, I'll probably leave you with a bit of footage of dinner this evening and I'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning. Oh my goodness, I slept so well last night. What a lovely sleep. And I've woken up to a very windy and rainy day here today in Fort William. I've had a delicious breakfast. The breakfast here was lovely. I've just left the luggage at reception. It's time to go and explore Fort William. I'm definitely up for hitting the shops today. There's some cute little gift shops and some charity shops, and there's a nice cafe and some nice pubs. So it's going to be a day of mooching the high street here, I think. There's also a little museum as well that I think I will pop into, because as you can see, the weather here has really turned. You can hear the traffic on the wet roads out there, and yeah, there's even waves on the lock. So yeah, it's brollies at the ready, I think, and try and not get too soaked. So lots of indoor activities today. How lovely are the tiles, the entry to the hotel. Right, let's, ooh. Oh, windy. Let's go. I'm in the very appropriately named Cafe Rain for a little coffee. The rain is so heavy that the back of my legs are soaking. You cannot use an umbrella in this weather because it just blows inside out. So it was a Poundland poncho to get down here, but it did the trick. So yeah, coffee and cake time, and time to dry off as well. Well, that was delicious. Now, because it is so wet outside, vlogging is tricky, so I'm probably just going to jump into a bit of a montage of the charity shops and then the West Highlands Museum. Well, I don't think I will be taking the underpass to the station later. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I think we definitely made the right decision with doing the hiking yesterday here. I would not fancy doing that walk up to the waterfall today. I think you would end up feeling like a waterfall. Well, the rain has stopped, so I've come down to take a look at the lock here in Fort William, and yeah, you can kind of see the clouds are passing now. And then here we have the old fort of Fort William, so you can stroll around here and get an idea of what it used to be like. And there's lots of picnic benches here now, so you can stop by for a picnic. From here you get a good view of a big waterfall coming down just above Morrison's there, and then you can see Ben Nevis peeping out over the top of the hills beyond. And now I've come back to the pub to get a bite to eat for a late lunch / early dinner before heading to the train. There is a travel lodge if you're looking for a budget stay here. It might be worth checking their prices, right in the centre of the town at the end of the high street. And I've just spotted this, Scottish Water, where you can top up your water bottle, so I'll definitely be doing that before boarding the train later. So I've come to a bar called the Black Isle Bar, and it stocks all of the beers from the Black Isle Brewing Company. I think there's about 20 beers here from a local brewery, so I thought we would have to try one. It's also in a really cool building. It's an old converted church, and it has a great view across to the water over there. And I also saw that they're advertising for summer jobs. They're looking for chefs and bar staff for summer jobs, so if you wanted to explore the Highlands and work here at the same time, that could be a brilliant way of doing that, because they offer you your accommodation as well. There's even a beer called Legless, but I better not try that one before getting the train. Time to head back to London. The time is 7:26, so the train is departing at 7:50. You've got the sign up here and it tells you all the different stops before it stops at London Euston. I am looking forward to an early night tonight. So let's jump on board and go and see what a classic berth is like. It is F7. Here we go. Okay, this is it. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same as the club room, with the exception that instead of having the ensuite bathroom, we have a door here that would actually be an interconnecting door. So you can book 2 of these if you're a family or with friends, and then open this up and have it as an interconnecting space. But yeah, it's all pretty much the same. We do have, by the looks of things, the pull-out desk table here, which I am delighted to see. So that's a nice little addition that we didn't have in the last one. And yeah, I guess you just sit on the side of the bed and you could use that, and it's a handy little space. Let's pop that back. And yeah, everything else looks pretty similar. So I'm going to be taking the top bunk on the way back, just to mix things up a little bit. And this is obviously the reverse configuration to the previous one. I've just switched all the little individual lights on because the main lights in here were making my camera strobe. But yeah, same setup with water, same breakfast cards and sleep kits, little pencil. And I have read that if you're booking these on a solo occupancy, it will come like this. So this parts, although it looks like it folds away, it won't be folded away. So this is what you would be greeted with. And in terms of your breakfast, these are the options. So you can select a hot drink and a cold drink from the drinks list, and then you can choose your breakfast selection. So slightly more limited. You don't get like the full Scottish breakfast or the fish frittata on here. It looks like these are all complimentary, and then you pay for a breakfast item, I guess. So yeah, slight difference there. And then you can select the time that you would like it delivered. Before I get settled in for the evening, I thought I would show you the seats in case you're interested in seeing what those are like. Here we are. It's quite dark in here. All the blinds are down at the moment. You do still have the option to order food at your seat, which is really nice. And you've got the drinks menu here as well. That's all the same. Then you still get your little sleep kit with your eye mask and your earplugs. And the seats look really nice. I mean, there's quite a lot of space here, and there's a little leg rest. I might just try one out to see if it reclines. There is a button on the side, so let's see. Ooh, okay, a little bit. It slid forward and it went back a tiny bit. Bit of leg room. I mean, my knees fit here absolutely fine. That's actually not too bad at all. You'd have to share the blind with the person behind you, so depending on how much light you wanted in would be a communal decision. But you do get given a night mask. Then you have a little personal reading light at the side of your seat, and the tray table, which extends out. Good for the old laptop. And then you have a plug here and a USB charger. And then above your seat, you do have a personal overhead locker, which you could fit a laptop in, which, as you may know, always gets the thumbs up from me. And also there's a little section here where you can pop a passport or your phone, so you can just make sure that if you are sleeping, everything is nice and secure. There's quite a lot of storage space on board the train as well, and there's also a space for bikes if you wanted to take your bike with you. We are out of here. Bang on time. And then because this classic room does not have a toilet, I thought I would show you the toilet that is at the end of the corridor. So it does mean that if you need the loo in the night, you would need to get up and come here. And this is it. So yeah, pretty standard toilet for a train. So as we head out of Fort William, I just thought I would end the vlog by sharing with you the costs of the sleeper train and also what I got in the charity shop. The journey up here for a club twin with 2 adults sharing was £262.50. I got a 25% discount in the sale for journeys in January and February, and that sale was on around November time. So if you wanted to come next winter, keep your eye out around that time. I'm not sure if they have other sales throughout the year, but worth maybe signing up to their newsletter just in case, because it's quite a significant discount. So yeah, £262.50 in a club twin rooms. That included the lounge access, the train travel, and the room itself with the ensuite bathroom. And then this journey back to London is £142.50. So they're the same journey, but obviously just in different directions. The first one was London Euston to Fort William. This one is Fort William to London Euston. And yeah, this is a classic twin room, and it's £142.50 for 2 adults sharing. So the total that I paid was £405 for 2 adults. So essentially £202.50 for a return to Fort William and an overnight stay, which I don't think is too bad. I mean, it is definitely pricey. Train travel in the UK is very pricey. If you live in the UK, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It can be often so much cheaper to fly, but for a really unique experience, I do think this is good value for money. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I would say do not book this if you think you're booking a hotel experience. The beds do not feel like a hotel bed. The room does not feel like a hotel room. It is a train, it is moving. When I was trying to get sleep, I just thought to myself, just be grateful that you're lying down flat. And in terms of the seats, those are £50 one way, and I don't don't think that price changes. I had a look on the website and it seemed to just be a £50 option, which I think is really good value. I mean, it is a long time to be seated. If you're willing to travel overnight and you're happy to sit and chat the night away, or hopefully get some sleep in a seated position, I do think it could offer a really good value option to visit the Scottish Highlands. I highly recommend that you visit the Scottish Highlands and Fort William if you ever get the opportunity. The people there were so friendly. They literally bent over backwards to help out and answer any questions in any way they could for every single part of this journey, whether it's been the train staff or staff at the information centre, the staff in the club lounge at Fort William, the hotel staff, the locals, the staff in the pubs. Everybody has been absolutely lovely, and just the scenery is spectacular. Fort William is known as the outdoor capital of the UK, and I can see why. I would love to return there in the summertime. I was thinking this train journey would be wonderful to do in the summer, because obviously now, with it being 8:10 in the evening, we would be seeing beautiful scenery out the window instead of my reflection, because it is pitch black outside at the moment. So I think definitely one to consider doing in the summer months as well. But if you want to get yourself a bit of discount, maybe think about doing it next winter. If you've done this journey, let me know in the comments how you found it. Did you manage to get any sleep, and what did you get up to when you visited either London or Scotland or wherever else you stopped off along the way? And if I've inspired you to do this one yourself, happy travels. I hope you have a wonderful time. I'm sure you will. But yeah, that's it for this. Oh no, it's not. I have got my charity shop find to show you. So whilst I was in the British Heart Foundation, I saw these beautiful prints in these gold frames, and they've each got different flowers on them. So I'll probably show you these properly in a charity shop haul soon. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse at what I picked up, and these were £5 each. So those are my little souvenir of my trip. I did of course also get a fridge magnet from the museum, and here it is, a little memory of my trip here and Ben Nevis. So yeah, that is it for this one. If you enjoyed it and if you found it helpful, do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss any future videos and any future travel vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. I am off to sleep now and I will see you very soon. Bye.